Your boy Bobby Wagner is going to the Rams, staying in the same division, 5 years. I think $60 million deal. Thoughts on that?
Bobby Wagner is one of the greatest linebackers of all time. How many straight All-Pro teams? 8 or 9?
Yeah.
Him and Luke Kuechly were the best linebackers. Obviously, some other great linebackers as well over that time. Patrick Willis.
Those four greatest to ever do it.
Yeah. Well, lately, greatest is the GOAT is Lawrence Taylor. We all know that. Well, in my humble
different
opinion.
Positions. Yeah. Different. If we're talking about the true inside middle linebacker, I think personally, Ray, Patrick,
a little different.
Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis, those two kind of almost neck and neck, and then Bobby and Luke. I don't know who I'll give it to though. Those two, but it's 3 and 4. One of them.
I will be honest.
Ryan Urlacher as well too.
Let's
not forget that. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of great linebackers.
Yeah, a lot of.
No disrespect to any of those.
Anyone we didn't mention. Yeah. There's a whole lot.
Bobby. So he's had a great career. He was drafted in 2012. He's so strong. You know what impresses me about Bobby Wagner? I'll be watching the game with people who aren't necessarily great football fans, and I'll see Bobby Wagner like go downfield and defend a pass against Devontae Adams, and I was like, did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, oh, it didn't seem like anything. I'm like, that was a linebacker covering one of the best receivers in the league, 50 yards down the field against Aaron Rodgers, and he's deflecting the ball, covering Gronk. His versatility as a linebacker is amazing. Not to mention his incredible tackling ability and, rushing to the quarterback at times, stopping the run. So just an overall versatile, great linebacker, but I will caveat this. I do believe that he has lost a slight step. Just organically. I mean, he's been in the league 10 years. Your body can only take so much, even with everything people could do for their bodies in this day and age.
Yeah.
Bobby he made a lot of tackles last year. He really held the Seattle defense together, but I could just tell that guys were getting a couple more yards on him than in his prime. So I do think there's a reason that Seattle didn't want to give him 5 years.
Okay.
But I do think that this will definitely help the Rams in the next couple of years, for sure.
Okay. Personally, I was shocked that, he got, first of all, released. He could have been traded for something. But yeah, he got released, and he was released without his notice, So I think he stayed in the West to, make it personal and play Seattle twice a year, which I love that about some players, Put that on your shoulder, let it motivate you, teach them and let them know why you should sometimes bank on yourself and why, when somebody doubts you, you go above and beyond. It builds character for young kids that, look up to, guys like Bobby Wagner, But personally, I think the Rams are going to be a better team. Seattle just lost a great one in Bobby Wagner. I think if 65 million, they gave him 5 for 50. I think, it comes up to 65 with incentives. Seattle could have given him that money. You know what I mean? Let him retire there, just like the Niners did with, Patrick Willis. There's some great plays you can't let go. He might lose a step here and there, but with that team in Seattle, he can teach the next linebacker. He can motivate the guys around.
Leadership
like that. Leadership. You need leadership. Sometimes losing a step here. And here's the thing: Seattle's not a Super Bowl contender, or even close to even making the playoffs. Or play in. If LeBron was in the NFL, made a play in for the NFL, my point is you shouldn't let him go that easily. I think it was such a slap in the face, and that's why I think personally he's gonna stay there and do some damage. And I guarantee you're gonna hear about him. That guy's amazing. Since Patrick Willis, I don't see a lot of guys that could wrap a running back up with just one arm and toss him. That guy is that strong. He's a freak of nature. So I think, like I said, Seattle lost a great one, but personally, he's going to be, lighting it up in the Rams locker room as well, and on and off the field. Very good.
I have a thought. I feel like Seattle and Pete Carroll, they're like wannabe Bill Belichick's and New England. They're trying to act like, oh, we're going to get rid of guys before they decline. Everyone who leaves Seattle seems to have some kind of animosity toward them. Earl Thomas was flicking off the sideline. Sherman left and went to the Niners.
Yeah.
Russell feels a certain type of way. Bobby Wagner.
At the very end,
Yeah, it seems like they're not closing out, with their players in the right fashion. It just seems to be a trend to me. And I don't know. I guess time will tell. But like you said, it's telling that he stayed in the division.
Yeah, for a reason. These guys want revenge. I think it's weird. If you really think about it, it's like they all didn't end on good terms. And the crazy part is I think they held it down through the Legion of Boom. Bobby Wagner was probably the most important piece on that defense. If not on the team in general, so I could see why, he took that very personal, that he found out on social media. This game could be really cold, but again, it is part of the game. He got to do what he got to do, and now he's moving on.